Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to coverage of the APA World Pool Championships here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. This event, of course, brought to you by the American Pool Players Association. I'm your host, Jason Bowman. I'm joined by the lovely billiard legend, the striking Viking, Ava Mattia Lawrence. Good evening, Ava.
Hi, Jason.
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you.
So, Ava, this evening we are going to have our first look at doubles action. And this evening we will have the Jack and Jill Championship, which means one guy, one girl teaming up, alternate shot, looking to take home yet another title, the third of 5 titles awarded here at the World Pool Championships. Our players are just about to get started. Before we do that, we do want to take a look at some of the ground rules real quickly for the folks watching at home. As we mentioned, this is the Jack and Jill 8-Ball Championship, and what that means is you will have teams consisting of a male and female player, and they will have a maximum combined skill level limit of 10. Of course, APA rules apply here in this match. Probably the most noticeable thing for folks is the fact that players will be taking alternate shots here in this event. So Ava would take a shot, make a ball, then I would take a shot, and so forth. So you'll see alternate shots, not alternate turns. There is one coach timeout per team per game, and matches are played according to the APA Jack and Jill Championship handicap race chart. In this case, Ava, we have the team of Money Shot from Toledo, Ohio. They are a combined skill level of 9. They are going up against Corners couple of Martinsburg, West Virginia. They are a skill level limit or combination of 10, which means we're going to have a 4-4 race here, folks. So these teams will be racing to 4, and the team that wins the first 4 games, or 4 games first, will be your champion. They'll take home $3,500 in prize money. Your runner-up is going to take home $2,300. And, of course, you can kind of see the payouts that have been awarded to the rest of the field. This event started with 256 teams, and we are down to the final 2. We have at the table here from from Money Shot, Pauline Craycraft. Pauline Craycraft there with the break, folks. Now her teammate Corey Pounders will step to the table. Corey is a skill level 6. Again, as we mentioned, you'll be seeing alternate shot. Pauline had the break. Corey now at the table.
Corey's looking at playing the solids here. It's going to be a thin cut on the 4-ball. He can afford to let the cue ball loose a little bit because he's going to have different options. If he makes it, no good. I can see an issue here with the 14 and 8 for the team of Corners couple. That's something that they're going to have to keep in mind. It's actually to their benefit because they may have a ball that they can break it up with at the end, but they're stopping, obviously, Money Shot from running out here easily and getting to it.
You just saw at the table for Corners couple, that was Beth Laisure. Beth Laisure. This is her husband, Eric Laisure, at the table now. Eric is a skill level 6. Beth is a skill level 4.
Nice shot.
Eric pockets the, what was that he pocketed?
Kind of
the
get
13 ball there?
Let the cue ball loose a little bit there, but
that'll bring his wife Beth back to the table.
and she's got a good shot at the 9 in the side. A lot of your lower skill level players do not like playing in the side pockets too much, and it looked like she was going to scratch there, but avoided the scratch. Looks like all he has here is the 10 ball.
Ava, it's always interesting to see this alternate format because, again, you generally what we see is you've got a higher skilled player, and as is the case with both these teams, as well as a lower skilled player. So, you know, everything is so dependent on how well they can work together in terms of positioning.
Right.
Really adds a different dimension to the doubles competition you don't see in any of the other events.
That's true. I would have thought there that he was going to play a safety off the 14 and just tap it and leave the cue ball on the cushion, and thereby making the 14 makeable on the side and leaving the 8 there. But instead he tried to go for the backwards cut.
My understanding is both of these teams handled their competition pretty handily in the semifinal round, so both very confident at the moment coming into this final round. As Pauline now at the table turns things over to Corey. From what I understand, Corey is going to be a father here on Friday, Ava. He has twins scheduled to arrive shortly after the tournament ends via C-section, his wife.
Seriously?
Them, yeah.
And she's home?
Yeah.
Well, he's going to have to play fast then, I guess.
He's going to win a championship.
Nice.
He's going to go home. He's going to have those twins. It's going to, you know. Well, either way, he's done quite well for himself. So bring Pauline back to the table. Corey and Pauline familiar with each other through their local league. They're from Toledo, Ohio, as we mentioned, where they play out of rack time and have played together on teams many times, decided to team up for this particular event. Pauline pockets the 7 in the corner. Corey will return now.
And Corey's going to really take a look at trying to figure out what to do with the 6 ball there. It's not going to obviously go in the corner. It'll go in the opposite corner. If he can draw the cue ball or glance off the 11 just enough to where he can leave a shot for Pauline to make the 6 in the far corner. Oh, he tried to go for something fancy instead and scratch, and we'll see now. With a 6 and a 4, Beth and Eric have a good chance here, the team of Corners couple, to run this table.
Corners couple. I keep wanting to say couples corner, but it's Corners couple.
I have a feeling that the pool room they play out of the bar, they call corner or something,
yeah.
Corner pocket, corner or something.
4 corners.
4 corners, okay, there you go.
4 corners there in Martinsburg, West Virginia.
And that was a really smart shot right there, decision on what to shoot by Beth. Getting that combination, that just opened the whole table, as you can see. Leaving the 14, this perfect last shot, last key ball to get on the 8. It was an easy combination, but not everybody would have seen that to go for it. And again, him being a 6, she being a 4, they're kind of a little bit closer to each other than a 7-3.
Beth back at the table. Beth is a nurse back in West Virginia. I was told they just had, Eric and Beth just had a baby about 4 months ago, so congratulations to them. She pockets the 14 in the side.
And I think she wanted to make sure she just made the ball, and she didn't like her shot there on the 11, but that has all of a sudden made this really difficult for this team. Super tough shot. There's a bank available. It'll get past the 8 ball, no problem. 6 ball. He can cut it, but then you got to wait. Now that's too much of an angle. I can't imagine him wanting to cut this shot in. Oh, he did. He did. How did he hit it? Absolutely flawless.
Look at that
Off
position.
the rail, just a hair. Oh, my goodness. Perfect speed. Couldn't hit it any better than that.
Nice start here for the team of Corners couple. Beth will look to finish off this first rack. She pockets the 8 ball, and Corners couple now up 1-0 in this race to 4. Both of these teams suffered a loss earlier in the tournament. Looks like they both had hill matches in which they were not the victor, but they have come all the way back. And here they are in the final round. Of course, this is the third of 5 championships to be decided during the World Championships here in Las Vegas. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is the Jack and Jill 8-Ball Championship, the first and only doubles event that we'll have this week.
2 big ones coming up with the Masters and the 8-Ball.
Looking forward to that
Obviously, that's
Masters,
our
yeah.
by far the biggest we have.
Sure.
But I was just by watching one of our teams from the Carolinas, Coastal Carolina APA, our Masters team. I took a look at them, and I was watching a lot of the teams around there, and there's some good playing going on in the Masters division.
I think we can probably agree the Masters event is probably our favorite to call.
Well, it's the easiest to call for me
right.
because I kind of had an idea what they're going to do.
Yeah, there's less variance.
Yeah, but at the same time, I love watching 2-3s play because they absolutely amaze me at the ideas and the shots they come up with and the backwards cuts and the bank shots, and it makes it interesting. You know, when you've been playing Pro Tour for so long, it's kind of ho-hum. You know, oh, they're out.
Right.
You get on the 2-ball just right, and you know they're going to run out. But this is fun to me because you know the game has such an amazing life to it on its own.
Pauline unable to pocket the 4. She was looking to put that in the far corner. That'll bring Beth back to the table. Beth pockets the 9 in the corner.
And this team, the main issue they're going to have is, again, that 8-ball is tied up with a 14-ball on the rail. Other than that, the balls are open. It's all about cue ball control, and obviously the weight of that is going to be on Eric's shoulder. He's a skill level 6. His job is to make more of a makeable shot for Beth. Beth's job is to try to make sure to pocket the ball. That's usually how it is when you have a higher and a lower.
Right.
You got to take care of each other, and whatever's there. Nice shot there. Gonna come across. Is she gonna leave him a shot? I believe that 15 will go past the 1, no problem.
Eric sizing up the table here.
And again, Eric's trying to figure out here if there's a way for him to get to that 14 ball. Anytime that you step to the table here, he can see a path to get 3 balls. Just play a different scenario, but by not using the 15 ball, he can leave it here. He can shoot this. Oh, he wanted to make that, leave the 13 for his partner, and then shoot the 15 and go into a lot of right spin, go into the 14. I think that's what his plan was. Again, the skill level of these 2 players, Beth and Eric for corners couple, is a 6-4. That's a total of 10. And money shot is a total of 9. Corey is a 6. Pauline is a 3. Nice shot.
Very nice.
Nice shot there. And Pauline and Corey, should they get that far, they have a great get to the 8 ball, the key shot, key ball, by the 6 ball being right by the side pocket. So they're going to want to leave something where they can get fairly straight on the 6. The combination of the 3-2 is very makeable, straight in. So this is a big shot for her, because if she can make this, chances are pretty good she's going to leave something for her partner, Eric, to, or I'm sorry, Corey, to make after this. Nice shot.
Very nice.
Look out. Look out. Oh, that's about the only place you didn't want to be.
be up to Corey here to find a path, navigate these remaining solids. Hello to you, Jason Goldstein. And yes, disregard what the Facebook post says. These teams are from Toledo, Ohio, and Martinsburg, West Virginia. They are not from Michigan and Maryland. We'll get that corrected shortly. I believe they both play for league operators that are out of those areas, and so that's how they were labeled as such on their score sheets. But in talking with them, they said, no, we're from a totally different state.
Judy Clifton, I see you posting on here, where can I watch the Masters? The Masters finals are going to be on Friday.
Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So depending on where you're at, if you're on the East Coast, it'd be 4 p.m. for you. And that will be one to watch for sure. You want to see some exceptional pool, tune in for the Masters event on Friday.
And my favorite part about Facebook is how easy it is to go live now, to where you can actually post live and leave it up there and actually post it permanently to where your friends at home can actually watch.
Sure.
We can't, unfortunately, with all the matches going on, we can't fill them all. That's
You're right,
tough.
right, yeah. The thousands of matches that are played out here, it would be difficult. But we do bring you finals coverage of all 5 of the championships. This, again, the third of 5 that you'll be seeing. We've already seen a couple of great matches. Started with our ladies 8-ball championship on Sunday, and we had another great 9-ball championship last night. Team from Dupo, Illinois, the 5th Street Players, crowned 9-ball world championships last night, or champions. I know there was a nice interview with them I saw after the match. Becky in our office did a really nice interview with them and kind of got some of their thoughts after the match. So back to the match at hand. Got Pauline now at the table for their team of Money Shot.
It's not quite as full in here, obviously, as it was yesterday. For those of you tuning in yesterday, we had a packed house. It was standing room only. A lot of the 8-ball players then had just arrived, so we had kind of everybody that didn't have a match yet and that couldn't get into the Mini Mania. As we're here watching, the situation now is that pretty much every 8-ball team that's is playing, and you're either undefeated, or you're on the loser side, or you're getting something to eat or taking a nap right now because you got a match coming up, or playing Mini Manias. So
yeah.
Everybody got somewhere to be right now.
The 9-ball teams have gone home. The ladies' teams have gone home. So, and I'm guessing most of the Jack and Jill teams have probably found their way home as well, or are taking in some of the sights and things that Las Vegas has to offer. But we are here to bring you coverage of this final match. Pauline at the table, pockets the 5 and the side.
Well, they're looking pretty good right now. Either choice here would be okay. Just try to make sure that you leave a good angle, getting over to the next ball and then to the 8. And Kenneth, I'm happy to give a shout out to Grand Ledge. It is a pretty small town, small city. Small town, I guess.
Grand Ledge, where's that?
That's in Michigan. That's where I lived for a while before I moved down south.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had enough of the ice storms and snow in my car, and I would come home sometimes from doing shows or doing exhibitions or playing in a tournament for a week, and I come home and it would be like an inch thick layer of ice on my car. So I said, yeah, I'm going south.
Oh.
Not a bad leave though. Check that out.
Yeah.
That's one of those great accidental safeties.
And bring corners couple back to the table. Beth here.
It's pretty amazing how the best safeties are very often
Accidental.
Accidental. If you could just play those when you really,
Right.
really try to.
And again, as a reminder, each team gets one coaching timeout per rack or per game. Corners couple opting to take one here as Eric tries to show Beth the correct angle to get to that. I believe it's the 14 ball down there. Yeah. Good coach there by Eric.
And good strike by Beth, not getting any accidental spin on the cue ball there. Just hitting right where he pointed and straight through it. I would like to see him to see if he could hit a 2-rail draw here with some right to try to get a little bit closer. But I think he trusts his partner too, and he can just lag this. Hopefully they know each other well enough to see what the other person. See, he tried to hold the cue ball there. He probably would have been better off just drawing it with some right and coming 2 cushions around. Or either that or all the way around and play 3-4 cushions with some high. But again, not a bad leave. I don't even know if he can make this bank. It's going to be close.
Seeing the championship arena here, of course, some of our sponsors for this event, Action Cues, Aramith Balls, our friends at Pool Dog, and the folks over at Nationwide Insurance. We appreciate all the contributions that they make to helping us put on this outstanding event for our members.
Went for the long bank.
Just missed.
Not a bad leave. Pauline's got a work cut out for her here. Obviously, making the ball is number 1, but getting position on this 8. If she tries to hit this with center, even if it does go in that pocket, she's flirting with a possible scratch if she hits the center of the cue ball here in the side pocket. If she follows it, oh, she's got to go the other way. She should be able to avoid the scratch with no problem, again, unless she hits center ball. Or hits low on it. That's not good. She's going to have to really dig and put a lot of low to avoid the scratch. She did. A little bit too thick.
We'll see Beth again at the table for corners couple. The shot on the 14. Both teams having a little trouble pocketing that final ball before the 8 here in the second game. I'm guessing Corey's going to put this 4 away in short order, though.
Yeah, play this 2 cushions around, a little bit of left spin. And well, that turned out about as good as he could have hoped for right there. Good shot.
Pauline will mark that corner up and attempt to pocket the 8 ball. What do you think of this aiming strategy she uses, Ava, where she kind of...
Well, it's not a bad idea. Just go and look at it and really try to find that spot. And then when you stand up where she's at right now, just find where you want to aim and then just look at the spot.
Seemed to work rather
she
well
banked
there.
it in.
As the 8
That'll
ball does
work.
drop, Pauline has tied this match up at 1 game apiece. I'm guessing her heart jumped a little bit there at the end, but ultimately the 8 ball drops and we are tied 1-1 in this race to 4. Money Shot will now have the break.
I always like the doubles format, Jack and Jill or straight doubles, 8-ball straight doubles,
You like
9-ball.
the
I just think
alternate
it's
shot?
yeah.
You play
It's
any?
fun.
You played any kind of doubles format like that before? Or you're
Yes,
playing with somebody else?
yes, actually. Mike Siegel and I won quite a few years ago. It was a live television event on ESPN.
Oh, cool.
And we did have a lot of fun. And I realized then, and I tell it all my players now at home, is that you got to have fun, especially when you play doubles. You know, laugh a little bit, loosen
Right.
each other up and goof off a little. And that really helped us playing the doubles. So we do have the pro event doubles once in a while, and I do enjoy it.
You and Mike Siegel, who put those pairings together? That's a
Oh,
pretty solid
that's a whole
team.
long story
That's a
right
pretty
there.
solid team. I want to know what the other teams were like.
Well, you had Steve Miserak and Gene Belucas.
Oh wow. Okay, so we're
Yeah.
going. Yeah, we're going
We're
back
going
a
back
few
a
years.
ways. Laura John Organowski then, Hassan now, and I believe she played with Alan Hopkins.
Okay.
So it was some
So,
pretty good
a
teams.
lot of Hall of
Linda
Famers you
Bearden,
mentioned. Yeah.
and Jimmy Rempe.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure everybody you mentioned is a Hall of Famer,
We're
right?
all the Hall of Famers now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've officially announced it yet, but it sounds like the Hall of Fame this year will be in conjunction with the Moscone Cup out here in Vegas at Mandalay Bay. Darren Appleton and our good friend Dr. Q, Tom Rossman, will be both be inducted, and that'll be in December out here. I'm sure we'll have ticket information and other details soon.
Nice shot by Pauline there.
Steve, I don't want to know. So we'll just some technical difficulties here off camera, but we'll focus on the action on the table. Eric pockets the 13 in the corner. I believe that was the 13.
It was.
I'm looking at my cheat
You're
sheet. I
getting much
know.
better. Yeah.
I
you're
use a
getting lot
cheat
better.
sheet, folks, for the ball colors. I know
Wow,
most
you
of
threw
them.
yourself under the bus. I like that. It's only because you think that we're down, right?
Yeah. Pauline here at the table.
Somebody asked before if this was going to be the last year of the Jack and Jill, and that's certainly not the case.
No, in fact, I'm curious who asked that question, because I have a feeling I know at one point there was some discussion of, we're adding a team captain tournament, and so there was
Yes.
some discussion about, do we
About
have to eliminate an event to bring in a new event?
to have enough room,
Right,
yeah.
because of space and time, and the tournament staff was actually able to kind of figure that out. And so, no, Jack and Jill's sticking around, and we're adding that team captain event, which is be very cool. I understand it's a combination 8-ball, 9-ball, and
That should be fun.
so those details will be coming out very soon. You can talk to your local league operator, and I'm sure that will be a very popular event.
Oh, the balls are pretty open here. The 2-ball could create a problem for the solids a little bit because of where the 11 is. But other than that, everything is very makeable. Again, the 3-ball on the other side of the table is a little bit of an issue as well. So obviously the stripes are laying in a little bit better position, but the team captain event will be here in Vegas along with this event, correct? Or is it going to be in April?
No, I believe it's in August. I believe it'll
August,
be here in
okay.
August, yeah. It's my understanding a big part of being able to accommodate that has been the transition to the CompuSport.
Right.
Has really sped up some of the rounds for the Showdown Series events, which would be like Masters, Jack and Jill, Ladies.
Exactly.
And some of the processes that we had to do previously manually or by hand, now automated and much quicker. And so it has allowed us to essentially add another event, which will be very cool.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what they can do here. 7 ball is makeable between the 9 and 10. Obviously, the 6 ball is right there, so he's going to want to come up. Oh, that didn't work out. Not a great position. The 9 ball, you can make the 9 ball in the corner pocket. But getting position here on one of the other balls, that is kind of a friendly layout for Pauline next. That could be a bit of a taller order. 15 is makeable. Boy, you flirted with disaster there and did not leave anything. Anytime you go into the balls, that's one thing you want to do as much as possible. If your balls are open on the table, is really try to avoid going into anything, because it seems like more often than not, you're going to end up making it worse on yourself. So 11 ball is still makeable. If she can make, Pauline can make this 9 ball and hold the cue ball there, either that or go into the other side of the table into the side rail and back out again and leave a shot for Corey.
So again, folks, we are having some slight technical difficulties. My understanding that we still have this one camera angle. The match is now tied 1-1. We are in the 3rd game. And we have Corey Pounders at the table for the Money Shot team.
Can he see it? I think he can, can't he? To make it? No, he can't. I'm not sure. Looks like he's always trying to play a little defensive shot there. That's going to leave ball in hand.
So, yeah, he'll give his opponent ball in hand, but question about any teams from Charleston, South Carolina. I'm guessing that there are.
Oh, absolutely.
I know that's one of our larger league areas. Of course, you could jump on CompuSport and kind of go through and see where teams are from. Again, that's on our website, poolplayers.com. You can actually download that app as well and set up notifications to follow certain teams. Questions about what skill levels are playing. Currently at the table, you have Beth, who is a skill level 4. Her teammate, Eric, is a 6. They are a combination of 10.
Well, she certainly didn't want that to go in. Eric's kind of look at it. Please don't go. Well, it's not the end of the world. 2 ball. He might be able to actually get down perfectly on this, as it turns out. I was thinking they had the solids for some reason. I had a bit of a brain fart there. This is actually great. He's got a good angle. Drift the cue ball over there towards the 2.
Eric pockets the 7, but gets lucky and does not scratch in the side. That ball is barely hanging on. You can see from this angle.
And it may not be that bad, because if Beth is a pretty decent shot maker here, or she played a safety. That's not too bad either. She had a chance of making that 2 ball in the corner and the cue ball drifting up, breaking up the 8 and 11. She played a good safety instead.
That brings Pauline to the table. Pauline Craycraft, a skill level 3. Her teammate Corey Pounders, a skill level 6 for a combination of 9. And again, this is a 4-4 race.
This is a smart choice, not trying to hit it, but that's a good idea right there.
Nice shot
well
there.
executed, yeah.
Some back and forth safety play now here. You have a good day today? You've been watching some matches
I
and
have,
that kind of thing? I know you got a
yes.
lot of teams out here. And
I've been watching quite a bit of pool today. We had some real nail biters. And
yeah, do you have
one of
teams
our
still
matches,
playing? Your
yes.
teams are still here?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And one team that both their matches came down to pretty much the last ball on the table. It was pretty exciting, so I love watching. All right, let's see here. That was Eric from Corners Couple, and he left a wide open shot in the side for money shot, and Corey to make this and hold the cue ball right there for his partner Pauline.
Nice
Make
chance
the
here
8-ball.
for the money shot team. Go
Good.
up 2-1. Marks her pocket. Again, Pauline a skill level 3, so.
And Corey is a 6. That's a total of 9.
She likes to use that. We've seen that each time now that she's been at the table, that kind of method she uses for.
Just finding that spot and kind of visualizing the ball going in. It's not a bad idea at all.
Seems to work nicely. Not
nope,
quite.
not
Wow.
quite.
That 8-ball, again, you can see it just barely hanging in the pocket. If I'm on Corners Couple, I'm jumping up there and shooting because I'm afraid that thing's going to fall. I mean, that ball is hanging.
Well, the good thing is if it falls now, it just gets respotted
That's right,
anyway.
that's
so,
right.
But by playing that speed, she did leave. You know, always play position. So in case it doesn't go, especially if you're a 3, if you're not sure if you're going to make the shot. Oh wow, nice try. But just leave the cue ball down there tough, just in case.
So fortunately for Pauline, Corey's going to come in and most likely clean this up in short order. He does, drops the 8-ball in the pocket, and money shot now leading 2-1. We are going to take a momentary timeout, try to correct some of the technical difficulties we have going on here at the moment. How long will that take?